If there are two things that I love, it's having fun and exercising. Because I don't see the point of ever exercising if you're not smiling through it in some way. I'm going to take you through a quick 5-minute routine that's going to use a bunch of muscles, boost your metabolism, and end up resulting in weight loss. This routine will comprise of 3 different exercises: triple steps with a lunge, wall walks, and Supermans. Let's get started. Here we're watching me do triple steps with the lunge. This motion consists of 2 different parts. One part is the lunge, and that's at the end of either rep, and the second part is the triple step. The easiest way to explain a triple step is that it's just a weight transfer. Instead of going right side lunge straight to a left side lunge, I am doing a right side lunge, followed by a little shuffle, then finishing with a left side lunge. I'll probably do a video on how to do this shuffle motion, the triple step, in the future, because to properly explain it, I need to literally break the motion down step by step. I believe it's worth learning though, because it can take a mundane exercise like a side to side lunge and make it much more interesting, much more dynamic, and much more fun. After a minute and a half, I begin doing wall climbs. To do this motion, what you're going to be doing is walking up and down a wall with your hands, or in this case, a basketball. I really like this motion because it hits the core, the chest, the shoulders, the arms, and the lats from multiple angles as you work your hands up and down a wall. There aren't many exercises that I can think of that have that particular attribute, because with different angles comes a slightly different demand placed on your body, and so you have to work it in a dynamically changing way. The last exercise I did are Supermans. Now, Supermans are by far the hardest of these exercises because they work what I think of as our forgotten muscles. Those muscles being the rhomboids, the lower traps, the middle traps, the rotator cuff, and the rear deltoid. At this point, I have to drop the weights because it just weighs too much for me to keep going with that current weight, and so I decided I have to drop the weight in order to keep on going because I still had over 20 seconds to go, and my hands at this point weighed more than enough.
And just like that, in 4.5 minutes, I went from being totally fine, not sweating at all, to just drenched in sweat. If you do exactly what I just did here, the triple step with lunge, followed by that wall climb, followed by the Supermans, your entire body is gonna feel active, and you're gonna burn a lot of calories, and you're gonna do it really, really, really fast. And you don't need any equipment. I mean, even the wall climbs, you could do those with just your hands on a wall. I was using a basketball board just because the basketball makes it harder, but you can totally do the exact same motion with your hands. And I was using these weights for those Supermans. But if you noticed, I dropped them because after 90 seconds of Supermans, your back's gonna be dead. Now for me, I would need to do that for an additional round, maybe even 2 more rounds, so I could really get a good burn going in. There really are no excuses to not do this little routine. It's really fast, it's really effective, and it makes you just feel alive. If you have any questions about the exercises that I did, please feel free to ask, and I will be more than happy to make a video about the particulars of that exercise. That's all I have for you now though, so until I see you again, have a good one.